Very good morning, students. Students, today in the English literature class, I am going to teach you a very good story, and that story is from chapter 8 course book. Okay, you can see the story is all about a little girl, okay, who is coming from a very poor family, and the difficulties she faces in the school and in the home are described in this story. So let us start the story. Okay, before starting the story, we should know about the service of some social workers. You know, students, we have so many social workers here and there, and without those social workers' help, we cannot do anything. Okay, from the carpenters, rickshaw pullers, vendors, washermen, fishermen, so every service holders, that means all the people do some help for us, otherwise we cannot move on. Okay, so let us read the story first, and from the story we would know something about the service holders and about the social workers. Okay, the story is all about Annie's Key. The story is Annie's Keys, that is written by Catherine Abbey Hedges. Okay, she is the author of full-length poetry collections. She was born in 1941, England. She has written books. Raft of Days in 2017, it was published. Instead of Sadness, it was published in 2015. Okay, she has got prizes like Barry Speck Poetry Prize, Gunpowder Best Prize. Okay, now coming to the word notes. Slid off means slipped. Third means sound of falling heavy things on the ground. Frown means showed weariness. Piles, heaps. Laundry, clothes kept with washerman. Okay. Dump, place where waste is kept. Sorting, arranging rubbish, waste materials. Stuff, things. Sparkled, glowed or shone brightly. Treasure, wealth. Grabbed, held tightly. Auditorium, hall room. Now coming to the other word, chime. Chime means sound of bell. Sculptures, figures carved out of stone, wood, etc. Admiring, praising. Junk, useless things. Okay. Now we are going to the story. I don't want to go to school anymore, announced Annie. So this was Annie's words that she does not want to go to school anymore. Why? So we will know the reason later. Her school bag slid off her arm and hit the dirty floor with a thud. So she just slipped her bag from the shoulder and put it on the ground, making some sound. Mama looked up from the kerosene stove and frowned. Mama means, you know, Mama means mother here. But you love school, Annie, and we are working hard so that you can go to school. So this was the mother's reply. Annie, you love school. Why are you saying like this way? I know, Mama. Annie looked at the piles of other people's laundry her mother had washed early that morning. Now looking at the other people's clothes which are kept in the room, actually Ani's mother is a washerwoman, and looking at those piles, Ani did what? Ani said, I know, Mama. Okay? She thought of her father at the dump, sorting through rubbish, looking for things to sell. Now, Ani's father is what? Rag pickers. Okay? He just picks some items from the rubbish for sale. Now, Ani thought about her father and thought about her mother. Okay? The kids laugh at Dad. Ani said to herself, my father does the activity of rag picking and all the other children laughs at my father. They say he smells like rubbish, and the children say that my father smells like rubbish, and that is a prestige issue of Ani. Suddenly, Mama looked sad and tired. Now, Ani's mother became very upset and sorry. And there is an art competition, Ani went on unhappily. Now, with sadness, Ani disclosed that an art competition was going to be held in her school. Okay? Mama looked surprised. What's wrong with that? So Mama means Ani's mother said, that means asked, so why are you so sad because of art competition? What is wrong with that art competition? You have got the hands and heart of an artist. You will win that competition. So Mama, that means Ani's mummy, was very much sure that Ani was going to be the winner, as because she knew Ani had a good hand and heart, and that was of an artist. Okay? How can I even enter it, Mama? All the kids are talking about the stuff they will buy, paint and pens and clay, things like that. Now, Ani said, Mother, I know that I can win. How can I win? Other students are discussing about that they are going to purchase so many items for winning the competition, and they are purchasing pens, pencils, rubbers, eraser, colors, whatever needed for art, and so many stuffs. Ani and her mother looked at each other without saying anything. Ani's mother knew that she could not afford to buy those things, and Ani also knew that what her mother could do for her. So that's why they looked at each other without saying anything. Then Mama put a hand on Ani's shoulder and said, you can solve these problems, Ani. You just have to find the key. Now Ani's mother encouraged Ani that don't be upset. You can do that. Just you have to think, where is the key of the lock? Okay? The door is locked. You have to just find out the key. That means you have to find out the solution. You have to find out the means, find out the way. In the son's last week, at the day, the broken kerosene lanterns and the old bottles at the back of the house sparkled like treasures. Now, it was the time of sunset, and his mother lighted one lantern that was burning with kerosene oil, and with the glow of the light from the lamp, Ani could see the sparkling bottles which her father collected and piled there. Okay, and there were so many other items as well. But Ani could just watch those things. They were very much brightly performing. Okay, they are very much bright colored. Ani had her own treasure box filled with interesting things she had found at the dump. Now, Ani could discover that there are so many things in the rubbish, and those could be the treasure for her. Okay, Ani was thinking, and she found that the garbage heap was the treasure for her at that moment. Old buttons, keys, beads of colored glass, jeeps. Okay, she had cleaned them all carefully and put them in an old box. Now Ani found there were so many items like buttons, like glass, broken colorful glass, then beads. Okay, there were jeeps. So many items were there in the rubbish, and he collected those items which may be used for some artwork, and she collected those items in a box. That night Ani dreamed that she was a butterfly rising high above the kids and the art contest and her unhappiness. In that night Ani had a dream. She could see that she was a butterfly and she was flying high above the other kids, but at the same time she could see the art competition and she had some unhappiness. Okay. At breakfast the next morning, Mama said, "You seem to be feeling better today, Ani. Does that mean you have found the key?" In the next morning, Ani's mother asked Ani, "Are you feeling happy today? So I think you have found something for your art, okay, for making the art items." "I am not sure," said Ani. "I had a great dream though. Bye." She grabbed her school bag and ran out. So Ani did not want to go to school because of the art competition, because she did not have some items which were required for making some artwork. Okay. Now Ani today grabbed her bag and went to school. Just she said her mama bye. Okay. And she also told that she was thinking something and not yet decided what to make about the art competition. After school, Ani went straight to her treasure box. So whatever she collected in the box, she just went straight to that box and found those items. That means took those items. She sorted through the shiny bits of this and that, trying to remember her dream in exact detail. Now she just collected the items from the box, and she just remembered the dream. Okay, she was flying like a butterfly and she was just recollecting the dreams. Okay. By Wednesday, she had everything she needed, and when the Wednesday came, she just collected everything what she needed. Actually, she dreamed of a butterfly and she dreamed of that design in the butterfly, and she collected everything from the box, whatever necessary for making the butterfly. Okay. "Did you know," asked Ani on Friday, "that there is an art display at school tomorrow afternoon?" That means Wednesday was a day when she had to make the art work, and she submitted that on Wednesday or Thursday, and those items which were submitted by the other students will be displayed on Friday. That's why Ani was excited on that day, and Ani told his parents that there was an art display at school tomorrow afternoon. A professional artist is going to be the judge. And who was going to be the judge? And he said that a professional artist, that means a very good artist, will come there and she will judge the artworks. "Do you think we should go?" asked her father. And his father asked Ani if they should go there. "Oh yes," said Ani. "I mean, She said quickly, I think it might be interesting. Now Ani answered that they need to go there because the art exhibition will be very much interesting. Okay? I think so too, said Mama. And his mother also agreed that that will be very much interesting. As they neared the school auditorium, Ani and her parents could hear the sound of voices and the high sweet sound of chimes. Now nearing the hall, that means auditorium where the artworks were displayed, Ani and her parents could listen the voice coming from the auditorium and the sound of some sound of bell, that means some metal sound which was very much sweet to hear when metal sound were heard by them. Okay, metal sounds were heard by them, and those sounds were coming from the chimes, that means by touching of one metal to another metal, whatever sound comes, that is called chimes. The walls were covered with paintings and tables were loaded with sculptures. So now Ani and her father, that means mother, parents could see that all the walls of that art gallery was filled with artworks. Okay, and the tables were filled with sculptures. Sculptures means the images which are engraved from the stones, woods, which are carved from stones and woods. But everybody seemed to be looking up. But all the people present there were just looking up, not on the wall, but on the ceiling. Hanging from the ceiling, a shiny blue butterfly turned in the warm breeze. Now they could see a butterfly was hanging from the ceiling, and that was blue in color, and that butterfly was moving in the breeze. Warm breeze was passing there, and with the breeze the butterfly was moving. It sparkled with what on earth? Buttons, beads. And the butterfly was sparkled with what? Waste materials. Those are on the earth. Those are what? Buttons, beads of glass and tips. So these were the items. Hanging from the butterfly on separate threads, chiming as they touched one another, was a dancing row of keys. And from the butterfly hanging some keys with separate threads, and those keys were touching each other and making the chime, that is making the sound of bell. Big keys, little keys, medium sized keys, all keys were hanging from the butterfly. Okay, the butterfly continued to turn. Butterfly was moving round and round, and the first place ribbon came into view, and there was a ribbon on the butterfly pasted, and it could be seen that it got first prize. Okay, on the butterfly there was a ribbon, and with the ribbon it was pasted that this item got the first prize. Okay, all eyes were on Ani. So everybody were looking at Ani. Why? Because she has got the first prize in art competition. She knew they were friendly, admiring, excited eyes. So whatever eyes were on Ani, Ani could understand that those eyes were eyes of happiness, eyes of friendly eyes, admiring eyes, excited eyes. They were all praised for Ani from everywhere. She knew that the kids were thinking that junk could be pretty wonderful. Now Ani could imagine, Ani could think that all eyes were on him, on her, and everybody was thinking that this waste material can be utilized like this way. Okay, and this small girl has done that. Her father puts his arm around her shoulders and squeezed her. And his father was very much happy. She put her arms on the shoulders of Ani and just patted her. Ani squeezed back. Ani also touched his father and just replied that she was also very much happy. So this is all about the story. I think if you read the story, you will understand that this is an exciting piece of writing. Waste material can be used as a very good item to show, to display, and poverty cannot dampen the spirit. Though Ani was coming from a very poor family, Ani's parents could not afford to buy the items which were essential, but Ani just found the key, that means found the solution, and those solutions from what? From intelligence, from the garbage, from the rubbish, and whatever she did was excellent. Okay, she just found the keys of all problems, solutions. For all problem solutions, she found the keys. So that's why the name of the chapter is Ani's Key. So whenever there is some problem, don't be upset. There must be key to solve all the problems. Just you have to think. You have to have some courage. You have to have some spirit. Okay. There are so many poems we have heard which encourages us. There is one poem you read right again. So whatever difficulties come in front of you, just you need to try to solve them boldly. Okay. Don't be upset. Don't lose your heart. So students, this is all for today. Bye bye all of you. Have a great day.